I've already told the guys 100 times, like, you're not going to be screaming down the field wide open. You've got to make contested plays. They're going to match it up. We can try to confuse them as much as possible. Coach Patterson's probably seen every look imaginable thrown at him because he's consistently putting out top-ranked defenses in the conference and even in the country. So, we've got to win the one-on-one battles. We've got to limit our mistakes because they're going to be tough yards. But I think we're ready for the challenge. I think we're excited to get out there and play them, but they know that we're going up against a stingy defense right now.
Dana made a comment that if you show them something that they've seen, he's prepared for it. So whether it's pre-snap motions, formations, you got to get creative. How much of that can change in having a bye to prepare for it, or how much is that stuff that was already in place, you just maybe haven't shown it quite yet?
Yeah, there's always going to be different wrinkles. That's something that I think that TCU does a really good job at is what you're good at, they're going to practice it until they make sure that they're comfortable enough to defend it. So you've got to keep thinking. You've got to change presentations, and you've got to be at your best because they're going to make you earn every single yard.
Thanks, sir.
I saw Coach was talking about scoring in bunches and what the key is to that is. Now you guys are number 2 in total offense. What do you think is the game? Scheme? Is it? What is it? I mean, because we saw it here before with Rich and all.
Yeah, I think it's just a mixture of the culture and the players and everybody being on the same page. I think I'm a big believer in football's football. Everybody does a lot of the same things. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of how everybody is on the same page. Like when you look at teams that are kind of struggling on offense throughout the country, you kind of see a disconnect. Mm-hmm. And then you see the good teams in the country, you feel like everybody is on the same exact page. And I feel like from a coaching standpoint, from a player standpoint, everybody's bought into what we're trying to accomplish and everybody's on the same page.
Dick, we've heard this before from coaches say when you're facing a defense like that, it does scheme everything up really well, right, and you're not going to create a lot of opportunities. It kind of comes down to athlete against athlete. Are you seeing that or seeing areas where you have an advantage?
It's going to come down athlete versus these guys. Like they don't, and it comes down to Will being accurate with the ball. They're going to squeeze the air out of the holes. You've got to be accurate and you've got to sit in there and you've got to catch contested plays. Because they've seen it all and they match it all up and they do a good job at it. So I think they're ready for the challenge, and I think they're ready to play in this type of atmosphere and kind of showcase what we're capable of doing.
In the past, they've been known to cause confusion. Are they still confusing when you look at the back end and the alignment, or they just kind of settled into this is what we do and we know we can do it effectively enough not to?
Yeah, they're pretty consistent in what they do, but they're always going to throw some sort of wrinkle throughout the course of the game that we haven't seen. Like the one that kind of is like the outliers, how he played Texas Tech last year. He came out in a 3-down front and played drop 8 the whole game, which, he's a very knowledgeable coach and he knows what works for certain teams. It'll be interesting to see what direction he comes out to plays, but you're going to see a lot of his base stuff and then you're going to see his wrinkles on top of it, that what he believes is going to affect us, and probably some things we haven't seen. So we've got to adjust on the run at those times and just go play football.